Hi everyone, it's Mandy from the Courage to Try and Average Try Girls Triathlon team. I just got back from my swim and bike workout for the day, and as I was swimming, I started thinking about my first season as a triathlete. One of the biggest stresses for me was the swim portion, and I am actually a swimmer, so it still freaked me out thinking about swimming with hundreds of people and in a lake. I just had a lot of jitters over it. So I'm going to give you a couple tips on things that will help you through practicing for your first triathlon and then actually through the first triathlon. First of all, there's a couple drills that you can do that will help kind of simulate the process of beginning a triathlon. The first one that I love to do, and I have done this since the very first season, was before you get in the water, do as many push-ups as you can until your arms are just dead. And this will kind of simulate part of the adrenaline rush that you have right before you're anticipating the race is about to start. Your adrenaline starts pumping and you're all amped up, and then you get in the water and you begin to swim, and all of a sudden everything starts to hurt. So getting your arms nice and tired and your body kind of warmed up, ready to go, and then getting in the water and then doing your swim workout will help prepare you mentally and physically for what you're going to do in the triathlon. So that's one of them. Another one that I like to do is called the Marco drill. This drill is really easy. All you do is close your eyes and swim and try and swim in a straight line. When you are swimming in a triathlon, particularly in a lake, and if it's a windy day at all, and there's hundreds of people in there, there's going to be a lot of waves that are coming and going. And you have to kind of develop a technique where you look up and you spot, a spotting technique. The Marco drill will help you know which side of your body pulls more than the other, because typically we all have a stronger side than the other. So as you're doing your swim strokes and you're pulling through, after you've swam, let's say 5 strokes, you can stop and look up and see, are you veering to the left or veering to the right? And then you can take that information and use other drills to help correct it so that you're swimming more a straight line and you're practicing trying to get that straight line through your triathlon training. So that's the Marco drill. And I like to do that every once in a while just to kind of see where I'm at. Even though you're not swimming with your eyes closed in the water, with everything that's going on around, you typically are kind of blind when you're swimming in a triathlon. Okay. The last one that I like to do is the pack simulation. So this one, you need to get you and a couple friends. If you just have one, then do that. If you have a multiple, the more the better. So you get into a lane and you put 1 to 2 people in front of you. And you let them swim, and you swim as close to their heels as possible. And you do your workout like that. Now, if you wanted to add one more person, you could put 2 in front, then you, and 1 next to you behind the other one. And that will get you used to having somebody next to you and people in front of you. Now, if you wanted to take it one step further, you could put somebody behind you. And that will give you the feel of somebody grabbing onto your feet, which happens frequently in a triathlon. So that will kind of get you used to a few of the environmental changes that happen in the lake or in the ocean when you're doing a triathlon. The other thing is if you're really nervous about the swim, you might want to just try a pool triathlon to start with to get the jitters out. Always remember that in a triathlon, you're not required to swim freestyle. So at any time, you can change up and swim other strokes. One of my favorite things to tell people is if you're panicking or if you're tired, flip over onto your back and just take a couple minutes. You can even backstroke so that you feel like you're still going forward and you're not staying in one place, but that will help kind of calm you down. And a few of the other tips that I like to tell people before the swim is if you're really super nervous, either start at the back of the pack or at the side of the pack, or you could start at the back side, because that's where you won't get run over by a bunch of people. And then finally, you can always join a master's team. So those are my tips for swim helps for triathlons. I hope you enjoy it. Check out our website for other great tips at averagetrygirls.com. Thanks.